Hey guys, so I know this video looks a little different than the other ones, but that's because after I finished creating all of them, I realized I forgot something that was like super important. So I want to talk to you today about Shakeology. Now, I don't know about you, but when I signed up to be a coach, I was attracted by the Shakeology. I liked what it did for my body. It made me feel really good. It tasted great. And I figured if I can get it at a discounted rate, then why not be a coach, right? So it's important to have a Shakeology story. So I'll tell you my story with Shakeology, but I want to tell you the reason why it's important to have this story is so that you can share Shakeology with other people. It's one thing to name all of the different ingredients in Shakeology, like Camu Camu and Ashwagandha and all those funky names, but I mean, I don't even know what all of them are, because the most important thing about it is facts tell and stories sell. If you're trying to get somebody to try Shakeology and you start rambling off all these different names of things, like they're like, ew, like I don't want that. I don't know what any of that is. So, my story with Shakeology, I had chronic stomach pain and stomach issues for the longest time. Like, growing up, I always had stomach pains, but it wasn't until I got to college where they got really bad. And it was also around the time where I noticed I was gaining a lot of weight and I wasn't sure what was going on. So I had a bunch of tests done, different blood tests and different things to find out what was wrong with me, and nobody knew, nobody could figure it out. So then I started drinking Shakeology. And what I noticed was once I started drinking it, I no longer had these stomach problems. I no longer had the bloating and the cramping anytime I ate anything, because it got to the point where like I was afraid to eat because I didn't want to have a stomach ache. So then I would just starve, and then I would gain weight because I wasn't eating, and it was just like a downward spiral from there. So, like I said, I started drinking Shakeology, I started feeling better, started to see the weight falling off too, along with the bloat, and I no longer had stomach pains, like, at all. I was on a bunch of probiotics before taking Shakeology, and I no longer take them at all. I was on a multivitamin and a couple other supplements, and now I don't take any of those. I literally just drink my shake once a day, and I'm the healthiest now that I've ever been in my life. So that story, my story, is something that you can share with other people who have been experiencing stomach issues as well. And there's tons and tons of other stories out there that you can share with your friends who might be interested in trying Shakeology. People who have diabetes can benefit from drinking Shakeology. There's stories about people who have high cholesterol and high blood pressure who can benefit from drinking Shakeology as well. So it's really super important that when you're trying to get people to try Shakeology, you take the standpoint of telling a story and sharing how it has helped either you or somebody you know, rather than naming all the ingredients in it, because quite frankly, nobody really cares. Another way too that you can share Shakeology is just have your bottle around. I drink my water out of my bottle, and I take it with me everywhere, and it's just like wearing shirt. Like this shirt, I'm wearing it. When I go out in public, people see it. Sometimes people will ask me questions about, oh, you 21-day fix? Like, oh, I heard of that. Like, what's it about? And then can start a conversation from there. But sticking back to Shakeology, if you're carrying your bottle around, people might ask you what it is, and then you can explain that to them. It just opens the network for conversations to start just from a little bottle. Also, too, it's important to make sure that when people sign up with you with Shakeology, they understand how to make their Shakeology, because sometimes people will sign up and they'll get Shakeology and then they'll say that they don't like it and it doesn't taste good. And chances are it's because they're not making it right and they haven't found a consistency or recipe that they like yet. So what I typically do is I will share recipes that I like that have worked for me, or I'll send them to my Shakeology website where there's tons and tons of recipes that they can choose from, so they're not just basing their opinion off of Shakeology off of one really bad recipe they tried the first time. Also, make sure they know to use a blender. That's super important as well, because it always tastes better blended than shaken up. At least that's my opinion anyway. So what I want you to do today is, below in the comments, I want you to share your Shakeology story. I know you might be a brand new coach and you're just starting to drink Shakeology, but I'm sure at this point you kind of feel a little different than when you started. Maybe you have more energy, maybe you're sleeping better, maybe you even lost a few pounds even if you've been drinking it for a little bit, but you definitely will feel something from drinking Shakeology, and that is what you need to share with people so that they know it's not just some protein shake. Like, oh, why would I pay that much for protein? Like, it's more than that. It's much more than that. And it's easier to convince people that when they see what it has done for you and so many other people, rather than telling them all the facts about it. So comment below with your Shakeology story so that we can have a collection of our own team's stories with Shakeology. And then I would also like for you to share a favorite Shakeology recipe that you have found or created, that so that we can also have a collection of recipes to share with our potential clients in the future. So that'll only help everyone out by doing that. So today's homework assignment is for everyone. All right, so thank you for tuning in today, and you're so close to the end, so stick to it. I'm so excited for this. I'll see you later. Bye.